Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, the Cincinnati Bengals laid an egg yesterday. Didn't have T. Higgins. Chase wasn't very sharp. Offensive line had issues. But the big problem, let's call it the way it is, we only lost by a point. Guess what? 2 fumbles. 2 fumbles. One on a kickoff, giving them a chance to score 3 points, and a fumble that should have been a touchdown. Can't turn the ball over, folks. And it gets worse. We're going to be 0-2 again. We're going to Kansas City. Unless you didn't watch the Kansas City game, you don't know. I mean, you don't realize. Kansas City looks like a well-oiled machine. Their offense is better than last year. I mean, I don't know how I think Kansas City's going to mop us up. So we're going to be 2-0. The good thing is, after that, schedule gets a little easier. All right, the Cincinnati Reds, they beat the New York Mets yesterday. Yay. Ella De La Cruz keeps making it. Now, I'm going to go over the sports scores for you for the NFL. Philadelphia beat Green Bay on Friday night, and Green Bay lost Love. Apparently, it's not a torn MCL, but he's hurt. Pittsburgh beat Atlanta. Cousins sucked. Arizona came up short against Buffalo. Tennessee lost to Chicago. Chicago sucked on the offensive, but they had a special teams and a defensive touchdown. In Chicago, Caleb Williams wins his first game. New England beat the Bengals. Houston beat the Indianapolis Colts. Guess who kicked ass for the Houston Texans? Mixon. Jacksonville lost to Miami. Even though he was arrested, Tyreek Hill put on a show. New Orleans crushed Carolina. New York Giants lost to Minnesota. Sam Darnold had a hell of a game. Vegas lost to the LA Chargers. Denver lost to Seattle. Dallas kicked Cleveland's ass. Sorry, Nick Batista. Washington lost to Tampa Bay. And Detroit beat the Rams in overtime. And the New York Jets play San Francisco tonight. All right, in college football, I'm going to cover the big games for you. First off, the Ohio State Buckeyes crushed. Crushed. Who was it they played? They played Western Michigan, 56-0. Oklahoma State, 39, Arkansas, 31 in overtime. Oklahoma 16, Houston 12. Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame. I watched the game. 38-point spread. Iowa State 20, Iowa 19. Texas 31, Michigan 12. Watched that game. That was the big game of the week. Texas got too many weapons. Pittsburgh 28, Cincinnati 27. LSU 44, Nicholas 71. Alabama 42-16. That game was 18-16 with 10 minutes left, and all of a sudden, Bama goes boom. Oh, I watched that game too. Ole Miss 52, Middle Tennessee 3. Louisville 49, Jacksonville 14. South Carolina 31, Kentucky 6. Penn State 34, Bowling Green 27. Bowling Green almost beat them. So that's the highlights. All right, now we go to high school. All right, the main games. The Falcons are 3-0 after beating Reading. That's Aiken. Cooper beat the Raiders. Big win for Cooper, 21-14. The U's beat Roger Bacon 20-14. Lakota East beat Hamilton 27-24. LaSalle beat Kettering 18-12. Princeton 14-6 over Lakota West. Elder 30-6 over Springboro. Covington Catholic crushed my Pioneers 42-3. All right, there's our high school sports. They're going to cover them all. Wade Boggs, the Hall of Famer, says that he has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Right before the game, Dak Prescott signed a $240 million extension, the highest paid player in the NFL. I hope he wins a Super Bowl. I really do like Dak. Let's hope he plays well. Kendrick Lamar, the rapper, is going to do the 2025 halftime show. Tom Brady did the Dallas-Cleveland game. He was okay. He was nervous. But it cracked me up. I'm sitting there listening to Tom Brady, 7-time Pro Bowler, quarterback. And I hate to say it, but I'm like, my God, I can do color commentator better than he did. He can't. Isn't that wild when you think about it? This guy is 7 years as a Pro Bowl. He was nervous. You know, somebody needs to tell Brady, just be yourself. He was like, be nervous. He was nervous to talk about himself, nervous to talk about he just needs to be himself. That's what makes Tony Romo so good. Tony Romo just was himself. All right, Janique Center won the U.S. Open, beat the American. Tyreek Hill was detained before the game. Speeding ticket, got into it with the cops. The Bengals. All right. You know what? they're considered the poor franchise because they're selling their TVs instead of just giving them away. They're actually selling the TVs as part of Paycor's remodel. And the Black National Anthem before the Chiefs-Ravens game is called a stir. All I can say, there is nothing more divisive than to do a Black National Anthem. The National Anthem is a national anthem for all of us. Okay? To have a Black National Anthem is divisive. It's that simple. It should not be played before games. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.